All right, let's talk dust collection. So I bought this collector from Woodcraft a couple of years ago. It's made by Rikon. I've been pretty happy with it. It's been hanging out under my workbench ever since then, but that is very inconvenient. You can see there how I need to put the bag away and step over it anytime I'm using my planer, and it really needs to be on the wall where it belongs. And so I made some room by clearing out this cabinet of spray paint and finishes and things like that, and also gonna hack away at the wire shelf above that to make this go all the way to the ceiling and be as efficient with the space as possible. And believe it or not, this video actually spans over a year's time. I have worked on this project here and there whenever I got a chance, and so took all that footage and compiled it together here for a video so you guys can follow me along on this dust collection journey. So followed the mounting hardware instructions and got it absolutely as high as I could to make the most out of the space. If you followed my videos or my channel at all, you know I've got a pretty small shop, and so I like to be as efficient as possible. Went ahead and took all the wheels off. I'm gonna need to fix that a little bit later, but with the mounting hardware installed, I used my incredible strength and got the collector up there. You can see I need to put the wheels back on the bottom of it to keep it level, and so got it hung, screwed that into a stud, and was really happy with the way that it hung there. It was pretty strong, and put the bag that came with it back on, and it hung out in this position for several months. All right, so fast forward, I've gotten a couple of accessories here from Rockler. I know it's crazy to mix Rockler Dust Right products with a Rikon product from Woodcraft, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it because that's just the kind of guy I am. And so this filter is something I've wanted for a long time. It really keeps the super small particulates out of the air and trapped in that filter, and so it was really easy to install. I was really happy that it was adaptable with the Rikon collector, and so put the bracket on and the foam gasket, and went ahead and got it installed. So this filter is pretty expensive. It was a gift from my mother-in-law. She's very supportive of my woodworking hobby, and super appreciative of her for supporting me in this way. And so there wasn't really a cheaper alternative out there. I don't know if there is, let me know in the comments, but I couldn't find one. All right, so this is where things are gonna get a little crazy. I got also from Rockler the adapter, the 4-inch hose adapter to kind of make your own separator. So a separator is gonna be something that kind of captures the larger chips before going into the filter. And where I am planning on putting this, I do not have enough space to put a cylinder or a canister, and so I got this waterproof bucket. I am not sure how this is going to work, but it was a total experiment. So I cut out the holes in the top using the template provided, and was able to get a nice seal on these intake and outtake for this, and made this kind of makeshift separator. So stay tuned to see how this works. And so got it all installed pretty easily and put together, and it creates this nice tight seal. I have been documenting this on Instagram, and got some questions over there on whether or not this would hold up, and so stay tuned to the end of the video to see. And so you can see how it's going to go on top of that white storage cabinet there, and I wanted to maximize the space again, so I built this little wooden kind of platform for it to sit up on. I've got some other storage bins I can put under there. All right, so with the collector being kind of stored up in the corner, I need a hose to get to all the parts of the shop. And so in order to do that, I ran a 4-inch duct along the ceiling. And so here I am just cutting it to size and using some strapping to keep it secured up to the ceiling. And this is sewer pipe and not PVC. That's an important distinction because it's way cheaper. And so if you're doing this yourself, go ahead and look for sewer pipe. I actually learned that tip from my buddy Make with Jake. I will put a link to his dust collection video in the comments below if you want to check him out. And the Rikon collector came with a hose. It was probably, I don't know, 6-8 feet, something like that. So I was able to use that and cut it in half and use that from the output of the separator, and then the intake of the separator to go over to the PVC pipe. And that's what I'm doing here. I got some of these screw ring clamps. I'm not sure exactly what they're called, I forget, but I bought those, and then just used some more strapping to hold the flexible hose part up close to the ceiling so it doesn't interfere with the garage door. All right, another awesome product from Rockler. This is their extendable hose, and I'll put links to all of this stuff in the comments below. Sorry, I don't have it in front of me here while I'm doing this voiceover. So I'm trying to attach it here to the end, and finally decided that I would work smarter, not harder, and so I went ahead and detached that. I was able to get it on as a really snug fit, and broke a few nails, but that's okay, right? So got that connected, and back up, and so here you can see with this hose, it comes to about 3 feet when it's fully condensed and goes all the way out to about 15 feet. So I can reach every corner of the shop, which is super helpful for me, but it does not store very easily. It would just kind of dangle there if I didn't build something for it. So I fashioned up this quick hook and screwed that up into the ceiling, and I'm going to wrap the hose around that when not in use. And it's kind of a pain, I'm not gonna lie. If I don't get it just perfect, I kind of knock my head around on it a little bit, and it's a little bit annoying. But for right now, it's working okay. All right, so here is what everything looks like, freshly set up. So I'm gonna test this separator for the first time to see how it goes. Everything's empty, as you can see. And it's actually collecting pretty well. It's separating several of the chips, and you can see how it's kind of collecting on one side, and you'll see how that evolves over time here. But you can see there's maybe, I don't know, 60-70% of the dust caught in the separator, and then the rest of it goes down into the bag, and you can see the stuff in the bag is pretty fine. So here we are after several months making a ton of cutting boards and things like that, and you can see how the separator has collected everything. And then once that was full, it kind of had a maximum capacity. You can see how it's on that angle there. Everything else pretty much went right into the bag, and so I knew it was time to change things out. And this is probably the most annoying part about this that I might need to figure out how to tweak here in the future, because it is such a pain to get out. I'm dealing with the track of my garage door, and I'm all the way up at the top of my ceiling, so I'm standing up on a ladder to do this. The top with the intake is getting caught in it as I'm trying to pull it out. In hindsight, I probably should have, next time I do this, I'll probably take out that platform I built and those bins underneath to kind of lower it down so I'm not messing with the garage door track so much. This is sped up to about 4 times, I believe. So this is a several minute process, and created quite a bit of dust, pretty big mess. But it's only something I need to do once every, 2, 3, 4 months, depending on how much I'm in the shop and how much dust I'm making. So while it's not perfect, it's not a perfect canister, full completely to the top, I was really happy with it. I mean, it definitely saved several times of having to redo the bag on the filter. And so here you can see I'm going to do that for the first time. I didn't have it fully extended. The bag was not fully extended. You can see it was kind of crunched up there because I was trying to make it so it wouldn't interfere too much with the workbench surface on the bottom. But got that replaced out, and I'm gonna, as I reinstalled it, you can see there now it goes all the way to the bottom, so I've got a little bit more time with it. So thanks so much for watching, and I hope this was helpful.